I'm not a Christian. I don't even believe in God. I don't have to follow your religious edicts any more than a Muslim has to, I don't know, not wear polycotton socks because two fabrics together is a sin in the Bible. I don't know what the Quran says. Most atheists you'll meet are probably some of the nicest people you ever meet. They're usually the bravest and the smartest too. I'm probably following several edicts of Christianity just by like staying off of drugs and not being a shit talker against people unless they're like super famous or shit talked against me, and not really to the extent that they do. So in that, I guess by proxy I'd be a secular Christian, but you know, you can grab inspiration from anything. Here's my point. I've been reading the Bible lately because I know there's a lot of shit in there that's against greed, avarice, a worship of material possessions, a worship of money, because 75% of the country is Christian. And as a matter of fact, there's 100 verses in the Bible against greed, avarice, worship of material possessions, the worship of money. Listen, misogynists, like, women these days have jobs, you know what I'm saying? So like when they're there and they're like, well, you got to have a job to date me, kind of like white girl, black girl shit, whatever, it transcends race. That's all classism. And there are 100 verses in the Bible that straight up say that if you're a money worshiper, you're gonna die. So hell awaits you, Christians. The second point I have is that there's 120 verses in the Bible against, you know, lying, rumors, spreading false information, deceit, gossip. So the God of the Bible is strange in that the thing that he hates more than money worshipers, capitalism, is people who talk shit. Yeah, then you go out into the world and, you know, Christians. 75% of the country are Christians. They butt into conversations and shit. So you go out in the world, 75% of the country are Christians. The calling cards of Christians are pride, wrath, and greed, which is all against our religion. Pride, wrath, and greed. Then of course you meet 3/4 of the country and they're Christians. So what do you expect? Happy, joy. Now, it's not like they actually read the fucking Bible. They're not really Christians. They're believers. Even the Democrats and liberals, they're believers. I don't see a lot of them practicing forgiveness, which the entire book of Jeremiah is about. I don't see them practicing a lot of understanding, compassion, love, kindness, doing good works. Granted, there are a few that do. The humility I don't see a lot of. I don't see a lot of like equal treatment for everybody, or a lot of like nice talk, and a lot of like I see a lot of like mean-spiritedness among Christians too. A lot of like so like that kind of shit keeps me from believing in God, because you look at the Bible and it's basically a book on how to sling stew to the poor while they're straight jacking sandwiches from the hungry in actual effect. So you have an instruction manual for a computer, and then you're out there trying to build a tree with nails and hammers and stuff. You just look like you never read the Bible. My atheist ass has, and I've realized that like basically by staying away from a lot of shit and keeping to myself a lot of times, I'm pretty much practicing what's known as Christian behavior. But if you were to practice Christian behavior as monitored and by mirroring Christians, you'd be a Satanist, because hell awaits you, Christians. That brings me to my third point. I haven't had a girlfriend in 8 years. Usually when I meet Christians, you know, they're nice to my face for a while. No need to offend. You know, you got to have forgiveness. So like the most of the time when I meet them, they're cool at the start. But then you start asking questions like, hey, where are the women at? Let's get it quacking in here. No, none for you. More like, you're on your own. She doesn't like you because you don't believe in God, even though this motherfucker running his mouth is a straight misogynist who treats women like property while wearing a cross around his goddamn neck. It's straight up bogus. So, yada yada yada. I'm 40. I'm atheist. I've read the Bible, a large swaths of it. I know you got to forgive me. I know you got to have understanding. And I know you got to practice love, otherwise you're going to hell. You there, you're in Spokane, Washington. I like the zoo, you know what I mean? Generation Z, I'm an X-File. Generation X, a combination. Some science says that, like, in dating, that's a good combination just to date and fool around. Some science says that combination, 35, 55-year-old men with 18 to 24-year-old women, might indeed create stronger children. We know that older fathers are more attentive towards their kids. No, I don't have a credit card, but I'll go back to school when I have a girlfriend. I was on the honor roll last year at SCC. Pretty sure I know what I'm doing. If you're going to be a shit towards me, that's your choice. But you need to stop being an asshole towards me. You choose to be an asshole to me. Unchoose, Christian, to be asshole towards me. Stop being an asshole towards me. If you're an atheist and you have worse behavior than the Christians, you're basically just a Satanist, which is the same as a run-of-the-mill Christian when you look at it. You bow down between money and gossip. You know what I mean? A lot of you worship at the temple of the guac. Straight guacking it. Gen Z slang right there. You Gucci Mane. You basically just worship money. I mean, you could date a poor guy, right? With an EBT card or nothing. The cute college preppy chicks that I like. They're nice to me. I really don't care for your religion unless you're actually practicing it. Atheists, wives up to Bernie Sanders, stop being a shit hive towards me. Agnostic, same, any other religion, read your book, it says not to worship money. Dude whips out a credit card, he's got the dro. Yeah, that's a problem. You're straight guacking it. You're on the altar of the guacamole. I don't like that shit. So it's like, you read the Bible, 100 verses against greed and the worship of money. You cock-blocking me against going to the women and having a normal life and a normal conversation. You dating guys with a bunch of money and at least a credit card, but I don't got that. Let's get it popping here. You know what I'm saying? Phone numbers. Pitch me phone numbers. Ladies are kind of my cure, you know what I mean? When I'm like out there grumpy, no, you don't really see it. When I'm out here with a lady, you know what I'm saying? The tears go away. No woman, no cry. So, I mean, if you understand what I'm saying, you're smart. If you don't, you're dumb. I'm not a Christian. I don't have to be nice to you. I usually am, but, most atheists are. But if you're cock-blocking me against the women, the Bible says you're going to hell for your greed. If you're shit-talking against me, the Bible says you're going to hell for your rumor mill. I'm on Instagram at LUCASWERNER79. If you're going to troll me, at least say you're an atheist, because then I can't use the Bible against you. But, you're not smart. You're not a smart religion.